24/7 HH.
All right, this was a foreign exchange show that we had to do in Toronto, in Canada. And anybody that's ever gone to Canada, crossing the border is retarded, you know what I'm saying?
That is a particularly rough border crossing. And so we pull up and we can already tell they're always on edge there. Like they're always just very, kind of grimy, just real stern and not, no jokes, nothing. And so we come there and
everybody on the team slate is pretty clean for the most part, except for our drummer, as we found out.
At that point, we're already kind of know like something is not going to be right. And after a long time, actually, maybe like 15 or 20 minutes, they all came out, and it was clear that he was not going to be allowed in.
He had a little situation, and he couldn't get into the border, couldn't cross the border, couldn't get into the country.
So we all get into Canada. Son's drummer, no drummer. So we know the show is sold out, and we have about a couple of hours, and we're all on the phones, and
people calling, you know what I'm saying? Yazara, who's with us, she was like, well, look, I know a guy in Detroit that could probably play the gig. We like, cool. We call him, like, yo, got a situation with our drummer, can you come in, can you come play the gig? He's like, yeah, I'll do it. So we tell him, send him the music, like tell him to listen, play or whatever. We get a call a few hours later from him saying, I can't make it in. I can't make it in. So second drummer didn't make it. So we finally get into Toronto, sound checking at the joint. By this time, it's probably like 2 hours before showtime. I make a call, my man Marco Polo. He's like, yo, I'm like, yo, you know anybody, man, Toronto, anybody. He's like, well, I know this one cat, he's supposed to be pretty good, I'll put you on to him. He puts me on to this other drummer. I call that drummer. Bad idea.
There was even a funny way, honestly, about how we was building this kid up, man. Like, it was just, he was building it up in a kind of a funny way, and we were just all...
And the first song we played is House of Cards, and he started playing it, and, bless his heart, but I mean, that shit, man, it sounded like somebody put sneakers in the dryer, bro. Like, that shit sounded bad as hell. He was just fucking it all up.
This is a song in 7/8, so it's not a 4/4 meter, so it's not something that you just kind of, do off gate.
So we was like, okay, this is not gonna work. 1 hour to showtime. Yazra, again, she knew a guy that plays for my man Eric Roberson out here. We make the call, he comes down. It is literally 20 minutes to the doors open. We're on stage. I'm beatboxing beats to him, like, okay, this one is boom, 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 and he fall in. So we're literally teaching him the show like 20 minutes before the doors open.
By the time we went on, I remember I was scared. I was literally nervous, like a nerve-wracking situation. We were just all like hoping.
We got on stage that night and we pulled it off with flying colors. So that was probably one of the most scariest moments I've ever had in my life, like doing a show with the drummer that had no clue who we were, didn't even know the material, and literally learned the show 20, 30 minutes before we had to go, the doors were opening. So my man Ricky, like, yo, you a lifesaver, bro. Anytime I'm in Toronto, you good with me any day of the week, because you saved our asses that night, for real. That shit was nuts.